case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
The United States Supreme Court in 2015 was tasked with dissecting the intricacies of a case known as Elonis vs. United States, a landmark case exploring the legal implications and nuances surrounding criminal threats made online. Anthony Douglas Elonis, the defendant in question, found himself entangled in legal proceedings for his contentious behavior on Facebook. Estranged from his wife, Elonis casually made threatening posts on the social media platform, targeting his spouse, his co-workers, the FBI, and even local school children. Simultaneously, he shielded his menacing language behind a guise of fiction, disclaiming his posts as a mere construct of his imagination. However, the United States did not consider these disclaimers an innocent defense. Elonis was charged under a federal law for making interstate threats, a judgment he challenged, insisting that the prosecution had to prove his intent behind the threats. At trial, the court dismissed Elonis's request. Rejecting Elonis's demand for proof of intent, the judge instead instructed the jury to apply the reasonable person standard, essentially deciding based on whether an average individual would perceive Elonis's posts as threats. Consequently, he was convicted, a decision that was later upheld by the Court of Appeals, reinforcing the notion that the statute only necessitated the proof of intention to communicate words that a reasonable observer would interpret as threatening. Yet Elonis did not relent and appealed the verdict. The crux of his argument revolved around the absence of a defined mental state, known as mens rea, in the statute under which he was charged. Typically, a criminal statute mandates proof of this element to underline the defendant's awareness and intention to carry out the crime, distinguishing it from accidental or negligent conduct. However, Elonis's conviction employed a reasonable person standard, primarily related to civil law, thus sparking contention over its appropriateness in criminal cases. Evaluating the circumstances, the Supreme Court ruled in favor of Elonis, deciding that the appellant's awareness was indeed pertinent and consequently overturned the lower court's judgment. Despite their decision, the court refrained from commenting on whether recklessness, a lesser standard of mens rea, would be sufficient under such statutes. The case was remanded for further examination, underlining the necessary mental state in criminal law and marking a significant milestone in the intersection of law and social media.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.